I'm going to show you two clips from the Lakers' last game, and I wonder if you can see what I'm seeing.
Tonight, Reaves trying to add to that total.
As I was watching this game, it struck me. LeBron is playing like a role player out here. I mean, just check the entire start of this game. He just spends most of his time standing in the corner, while Luka and Austin Reaves are the primary engines to the Lakers' offense. Of course, he missed the first 14 games of the season, while the Lakers were solidifying their offensive attack, and it's incumbent upon LeBron to figure out a way to blend into this group since he was already working so well before his return. But it's also clear that since he's been back, the impact has been profound. While it is a small sample size, he's already cutting way more than he normally does off the ball, and it's really nice when you have one of the best passers of all time finding you. LeBron is essentially playing like a center in the 90s out here, setting the slice screen for Rui on the baseline, as Luka knows instantly that there's a size mismatch, and LeBron is going to need to start bringing his hard hat and lunch pail with him to work. He almost destroyed the internet when, in the scramble after the offensive board, he finds an open runaway for this cut, but Reaves leaves the lob woefully short, god damn it. And I want to emphasize how incredible it is that JJ Redick has got LeBron screening off ball as much as he is doing. We're talking about LeBron James here. He's never had much use for trying to get his teammates open by getting all that defender sweat on him. He was the guy isolating, creating advantages, and then firing lasers across the court for open shots. Now he's sprinting to the corner like a spot-up specialist, and then into this great called play where he flare screens for the shooter to the corner. Luka knows he can wait a beat on the Vincent pass to see if LeBron's man bites on the flare, and that's all it takes to get him cutting to the heart of the lane for the strong finish and one. The more off-ball screens he sets, the more open he'll be when he cuts. For more context, just look at the analytics of LeBron's cut frequency. It's already significantly higher than any other time in his career, and there are no signs that this will change the rest of the season. With Luka as the head of the snake, he instantly creates a defensive focus out top, as Kawhi jumps at him to get it out of his hands. Now the defense is completely out of position, as it's Reaves who is intentionally in the corner to make something happen. Once he turns all 5 defenders' heads, LeBron exploits the gap, Reaves throws a beauty of a flip lead pass, and it took the ridiculously large hands and instincts of Kawhi Leonard to somehow break up what would have been a serious highlight. To see LeBron come off a pin down and be the first of a double ball screen is the stuff we only see non-ball handling bigs do. And one of these days, they're going to catch a lesser defender on the high side of the switch, and Luka will put the bounce pass perfectly in place for a monster dunk. But instead, LeBron is left to spot up on that left wing and watch the new master go to work, even if this was the only shot that didn't work all night for Luka. They will throw him a bone every now and then by making him the ball handler in the pick and roll, where I was surprised to see both Doncic and Reaves on the floor for this one, but it gives LeBron and Hayes more room, as you can see how terrified Chris Dunn is of leaving Reaves on the weak side, allowing the easy lob and dunk to unfold. And they'll also give him the spotlight down low in the post on occasion as well. And while this is a nice pass on the cut from Rui, it requires a distinct lack of focus from John Collins on the weak side. And JJ isn't satisfied with just letting him ISO out of the post-up, creating some action with the flare screen into ball screen, which forces a switch, and I don't remember the last time I saw LeBron hop into a midi like this as the ball swishes clean through. What makes this all work is the way Luka and LeBron can communicate with each other in an almost unspoken language, as these two carve up the defenses with their passing. And it's the same kind of communication you'll get with today's sponsor, Mint Mobile. You're able to sign up for Mint Mobile as smoothly as Luka fires these 60-foot passes to LeBron James in the open court, while also being able to select the amount of data that fits your usage. The Lakers have meticulously assembled this roster based on chemistry and fit, and Mint Mobile has the same approach by letting you switch your existing phone to their coverage with an eSIM that takes minutes to set up, or choose from the latest phones from their online store. All plans include unlimited talk and text in the nation's largest 5G network, and they offer plans that come in 3, 6, and 12-month durations. The more months you buy up front, the more you save. And for a limited time this holiday season, you can get 50% off an unlimited premium wireless plan from Mint. Lock in Mint's lowest price of the year and pay just $15 a month for a 3, 6, or 12-month plan. Mint Mobile, the only thing more reliable than watching LeBron create in transition, which is where we'll still see the superstar lurking inside of him, the undeniable freight train that requires a foul to stop him. He doesn't get up as high as he used to, but he's still going to be an elite finisher at the rim at speed. LeBron has the green light for whatever shot he wants on the fast break, and he's been a much better three-point shooter the past couple of seasons, demonstrating one of my cheat codes when I work with shooters, incorporating the dip off the dribble in order to generate proper and optimal rhythm on the shot. But we'll also see him play the trailing big man role in the Lakers' transition attack, just like the role player who feeds off the stars to find open shots along the perimeter. Or filling a lane as a cutter again, as it's Reaves putting pressure on the Clippers, and LeBron turns the nice cut into the lane into a superstar turnaround hanging jumper. And to remind us of his roots, the possession then resets into the familiar ISO we've been accustomed to seeing, but instead of just clearing out against fellow old head Kawhi Leonard, they send an inside ball screen to get him the advantage. And he takes that advantage of the slower moving Zubats across the lane to find another superstar shot, the heavily contested turnaround fadeaway from 13 feet. And don't forget, the break is where we'll see his tremendous vision as he's constantly scanning the floor for an open teammate. The hardened reach invites the behind the back, and once LaRavia's man has to rotate to stop the ball, he fills that open spot and LeBron hits him with a no-look pass to get the easy finish. And the Lakers will probably lead the league in 50-foot passes on the break when you have LeBron casually flipping this ball to the open Reaves for the layup, and then Luka will do this routinely as well, oftentimes to LeBron himself. But back in the half court, it's remarkable to see how he's adjusted his game 20 years in to be a complementary part of their offense, content to stand in the corner and watch Luka go to work. Or on the left wing, being a spot-up threat and trying to help Luka's shot go in the basket with a little body language. While playing out of the high post isn't necessarily a position for a role player, they'll put their center Hayes in the corner and then have LeBron setting multiple off-ball screens. And a nice wrinkle, instead of this pin down for Reaves, they flip it into a flare screen to get him a catch against the much smaller Chris Paul, getting right to the hoop, but this pass gets deflected. Even when they play through him on that elbow, he's more than willing to flow into a corner ball screen for Reaves and then take his place in the corner as a spectator for what is becoming more and more common, an Austin Reaves isolation drive into a superstar shot of his own. And I'm hoping we see more roll man opportunities for him. Despite the outcome of this play, you can see the possibilities as his gravity will still bend the rotation defenders out of shape. If he adds a dribble to the basket, it's a little dime to the cutter out of the corner. While we could argue LeBron has to let the offense do more of the work for him at this stage of his career, it's also going to make it easier for him to conserve energy as he runs off this pin down into a little elbow jumper instead of the intense multi-dribble ISOs with defenders leaning and pushing him all over the place. Here's another cut off a weak side screen to get open and then turn it into a Hayes ball screen. These quick attacks off the catch are going to get him downhill a lot easier, where he displays the nice lefty floater off the glass. And in the tight game towards the end of the second quarter, after Luka bent the defense out of shape a little bit, I could guarantee this catch would have turned into an attack by LeBron out top. But now he makes a simple one more pass to the open Maxi Kleber for the wide open three-point shot. And on this play, he doesn't even look at the basket, just happy to be a cog in the machine to keep the ball moving, throwing a ghost screen in order to force a switch before heading off to that familiar weak side corner and watch Austin Reaves do more work on John Collins for the layup. The beauty of this situation is that all the energy he conserves throughout the game as a role player means they can give him some flowers to start the fourth, while Luka gets a nice long rest for over 4 minutes. This will be the one chance we get to see the old LeBron, who controls the entire possession, forces the rotation, and dumps it off to Hayes for an assist. And they've got two of the best passers in the NBA, so everyone benefits when we see crazy stuff like this 20-foot backhanded bounce pass between two defenders that somehow got to Reaves for the spin and easy finish. While the Lakers were going great before LeBron got back, you can see how much his presence has added to the analytics. Of course, this is what happens when you get to play the Jazz twice and then the Clippers, and they don't get tested until they play at home on December 1st against the Suns, and keep your eye on the Christmas Day game versus the Rockets, as we'll get our first real sense of how good this Lakers team will be. But make no mistake, this is Luka's team, and after that, it belongs to Austin Reaves, who's putting up insane numbers himself. And if they're going to send one of the best players of all time out there to simply be a jackknife, fill whatever hole they need at the time kind of guy, then I don't see how anybody would want to play them in the postseason.